Hello, lab partner. Today we are going to be doing a lab on what's called hydrated crystals. Typically I would do this as our fourth lab, but I'm doing it as our third lab this time, which is fine. It's basically going to be a percent composition lab. And we're doing that because at this point I can't get my copper chloride from MCC, but I can get it next week, I was told, so I'll be able to get that and do that lab on moles of iron and copper at that time. So I'm just switching it. It's not a big deal. So we're doing lab 4, third, and here we go. So I'm showing you the equipment. I got my goggles and my apron. I'm going to put that on very shortly. I've got the setup where we have what's called a wire gauze pad, iron ring stand, got this little Bunsen burner. I'm going to fire that up shortly with this bad Larry right here. We have an evaporating dish, a watch glass, which will go on top of the evaporating dish, and that's going to show moisture coming out of the magnesium, the hydrated magnesium sulfate. So the point of this is not to cover, because it's not going to splatter. This chemical does not splatter when you heat it, but it's there to show moisture, and we'll show you that as we're doing the lab. Got our crucible tongs. We'll pick this up, and I also have a pair of hot hands, which I'm going to use to pick this up as well, and put it in this thing called a desiccator. Desiccator is a container, kind of looks like a cookie jar, doesn't it? Or a candy jar. That's candy at the bottom. See that? No, that's not candy. No. That's calcium chloride, and calcium chloride is extremely water loving, and we put our water compound. This is the compound we have. Let's go over here. Our magnesium sulfate has 7 waters attached to it, so there's a lot of water. It's hydrated. It's a hydrated crystal, and that compound has this formula right here, magnesium sulfate with 7 waters attached, and this dot means loosely attached. So the magnesium sulfate has 7 waters. So the magnesium sulfate compound can have spot for 7 waters, and so those 7 waters arrange themselves around and fit in that 3-dimensional space around the molecule. And we have these waters attached, so we're going to actually drive this off. The purpose of our lab is to drive that off and get a percent composition of this compound and the water in that compound. So once we've got it dehydrated, we want to keep it dehydrated. Now, it's not humid out today. It's relatively dry, so the air doesn't have a lot of humidity in it, but there's enough where I think it might cause a little bit of percent error, and that's where the desiccator comes in. We put the compound inside the desiccator, and that calcium chloride on the bottom will absorb any moisture that's in the air and keep it out and keep it away from rehydrating our dehydrated magnesium sulfate. So that's the background, the equipment. And what I'm going to do now is we're going to mass out some of this compound here, and we'll do that right in a second. I'm going to get my goggles and apron on, and I'll be back.